Hello, it's Melinda from Scrapbookingncraft. I'm also going to put this on my personal channel, which is Alexis and Melinda's Art Space. This is just a film of our stand at the Mildura Craft Alive show. So those layouts there have been done by Hillbilly Scrappin. Some of my chipboard designs can be seen on those layouts. So Scrapbook and Craft, which is my business, and Hillbilly Scrapping, which is a Swan Hill based business, have joined forces together making mischief to do some shows. So we basically team up to do the shows. We pop both of our products on the stand and we collab to do some fantastic classes as well. So I'll list below all the classes all the proposed shows we are doing, all the shows we are doing for the rest of 2019, nearly forgot what year we're in, and 2020 shows we have booked as well. So basically around country Victoria and into Melbourne, we do most of the shows, and we do fantastic classes as well. So we take my chipboard, stencils, foam stamps, or mixed media cardstock, and fantastic products from Hillbilly Scrapping and combine them into fantastic classes. So if you want to know all about our classes, about a month prior to the event, go either on my Facebook page, which is Scrapbooking and Craft, or Hillbilly Scrapbooking Facebook page, or the event page. Like if it's a Craft Alive show, go on Craft Alive. If it's from Picture to Page and Beyond show, for example in October, that one's at Sandown, go onto that website and you'll see classes, photos, descriptions, prices, times, and you also have the option of booking in for the classes before the show. Our classes are quite small and intimate, so there's only 6 people per class, less if we're not booked out. So if you see a class that you would like to do, certainly phone or text me or even contact me through Facebook to hold your spot for that class. Our classes do book out heavily at the shows, so booking beforehand is fantastic as well. So just panning through a lot of my chipboard designs. I also do a white mixed media cardstock now, which is a 400 GSM cardstock, so you can see a few of those on our stand. I don't have the complete range, but if there's a particular design you'd like, you can order it and I can post it out. We have some super duper postal deals at the show, so you can almost get your postage free if I'm in a good mood. Nah, usually it's free, unless it's for a big 12-inch item, and then it's usually discounted to half because Australia Post are mean when I post 12-inch things. So just showing you loads of the designs. I will be updating my website over the November, December, January show break to put together all my new designs on my website. There's some mixed media packs that were there, my oopsie packs. There's shapes that didn't quite make the grade. Sometimes they are a small piece that didn't cut properly or I've broken it. A lot of times they're great for texture in the background, or they're great to use and, excuse me for the hiccups, cover up the little broken bit. We also have a couple of special bins at the show. This particular box is $5 for $10. That reminds me, I need to go and do some stickers for tomorrow's show. So a lot of older packaging or older designs or surplus designs get thrown into those boxes. We also have some stamps and stencils going out for $3 for $10, so they're usually $5 each, so that's a great bargain as well. I like to go to shows personally and find a bargain, so I always have a few boxes of discounted stuff. It's great to rummage through and see what you find. Loads of my 12-inch designs. These frames you don't necessarily need to use as a 12-inch frame. You can cut them down into 3 or 4 pieces. That one, for example, you get 4 border strips out of. So it just depends on what you want to do. Now into Hillbilly scrapbooking side. So boom gel, paint pouring. I'm in love with paint pouring at the moment. We've been running some classes and it's so much fun. You'll see a stool coming up here that we've paint poured on as well. You can paint pour on canvases, you can do it on stools, you can do it on chopping boards, tin, glass, anything that is non-porous and basically not paper. It does need a substantial substrate. So Hillbilly Scrapping is a Swan Hill based business. She's a home based business, so basically if she's home, her shop is open. If you're in the Swan Hill area or travelling through, give her a call before you go, just to make sure she's home and not away playing at a show. She also Hillbilly Scrapping runs retreats in Echuca 3 to 4 times a year in Echuca, Moama. You can come to the retreat, leave the husband and kids at home for 3 days and come away and scrapbook. Oh, it's so much fun. Or you can come and do a class, or you can just come and do some shopping. Jen sets up a fantastic what we call pop-up shop, so she has a huge stock she brings to the show. If you do want to come shopping or do a class, just contact Jen through her Facebook page, Hillbilly Scrappin, her mobile number's listed, just to confirm what the shopping hours are or the class times are. They do vary at each retreat, so Jen will let you know what they are. She has a huge range of dyes, paper pads, mixed media, flowers, twines, glues, adhesives, basically you name it, Jen stocks it. She has a little bit of sprinkling of everything, a lot of mixed media products, lots of jars of colourful little pretty things, gessos and texture pastes and gilding pastes and watercolour powders, embossing powders, mica powders, all sorts of powders, loads of stamps. Oh, I'd love every one of these Delusion stamps. She has Tim Holt, she has Sizzix, she has Jane Davenport. What other brands does she stock? Oh, Heartfelt, she has moulds that you can make own paper flowers. There's some more tubs of pretty things. It's a bit hard for me to see on the screen what the jars are. She has washi tape. She also makes a lot of fantastic kits. And she has kits for sale. So it has 2 or 3 Scrabble pages in it. All the instructions, loads of brads and bits and pieces of metal and plastic and everything to adorn your Scrabble pages. Back to her fantastic kits. You can see a couple of them on the wall there. And there's a load more at the end. So there's 2, 3 or 4 Scrabble pages per kit or a mini book. There's full instructions and everything you need to make the Scrabble page. Apart from sometimes paints or inks aren't included. Usually you have those in your stash at home. She has adhesives, she has glues and tapes and foam dots and strips and all sorts of yummy stuff, and distress crayons. So her kits are fantastic. Lots of tools. She has a whole range of sponges and paintbrushes and all these beautiful Finnabar waxes, distress ink pads and archival ink pads, and stencils galore. So Hillbilly Scrappin and Scrapbookingncraft, say that 20 times, it's a bit of a tongue twister, team up and do a lot of fantastic classes as well. So I've mentioned a bit of the classes before. We also run the classes on our stand, which makes it ideal. So we usually have a table, trestle table set up so you can craft and then you can shop straight away. It's great. Loads more products, loads of Inca Gold, and trying to see, oh, there's Lindy Stamp Gang powders there, there's Colour Burst, moussey things, texture paste, Colour Blast, watercolour powders, and mica powders and embossing powders. She has a huge range of graphic 45 and a lot of her kits are made with graphic 45, and she fussy cuts and fussy cuts and fussy cuts and just makes these amazing pages and very detailed instructions for you to follow along and create the page. So lots of ephemera packs, and I'm about to yawn. It's not a good video until I yawn. It's the second time I've done this voiceover because the first time my voice didn't match when I replayed it. She has a huge amount of alcohol inks. Oh, I'm in love with alcohol inks. Every time we do a show together, some new product follows me home. It's terrible. She has the Yupo paper and all the alcohol colours. Unfortunately, this show we were down to all our earthy tone colours because the previous show, all our pretty colours, went home with everyone. And unfortunately, alcohol inks do have to catch a boat to Australia. They're not allowed on aeroplanes. That's terrible. So lots of more pots of sparkly goodness. Can't see what they are. They're Tim Holtz oxide re-inkers. Oh, those are my favourite paints there. Opal colour changing paints. There we go, I'm yawning again. All those fantastic, those big ones are inky inks. Sorry. Distress oxide sprays. She does a lot of Lindy Stamp Gang sprays as well. Oh, gilding paste, yeah, some of those are in my stash. And peel off stickers. So Jen stocks a sprinkling of just about everything. She has glues and adhesives and load of mixed media stuff. Some mousses and creams. So these are a lot of her layouts. So any layout we have on display at a show is available in a kit. Or I like those rice papers too. They are great in mixed media in your art journal. So we'll see some of the fantastic classes we've got just around the corner in a minute as well. So these are all her kits that I get to display on the wall, and after quite a few shows I've worked out which page goes with which. So that white frame there is done with alcohol inks. We've got the steampunk face, we've got the paintbrushes we've done in a class. That blue white dotty canvas is paint pouring. this lovely Oliver canvas. Jen, this canvas is massive. It's at least an A2 size, which is like 8 sheets of A4 paper. And it's got metal, it's got buckles, it's got loads of chipboard on it, texture paste on it. It's fantastic. That journal cover there is our Junkie Junk journal covers. Lots of our classes, some Lindy Stamp Gang cards, working with the watercolour powders. There's more paint pouring, more alcohol inks. So we've got some still photos at the end of some of what people have made in classes and some classes in action. We often take photos of our classes happening. So I will leave you at the moment with these pictures just to have a look at some of our classes in action. Along with a lot of our classes, you can have a selection of different colours, so not everyone necessarily has to make the same colour project. We usually have several selections of colours to choose from, and you feel free to, within the class kit, to change around layouts and things, and it's always good to put your own personality on it as well. So thank you for watching. I'm going to end this voice over. I do need to go do a few more things before I leave to go to Paperific tomorrow, and I'm hoping to get this video up tonight. Thank you for watching, and thank you from Scrapbooking and Hillbilly Scrappy. We hope to see you at one of our shows around country Victoria or into Melbourne sometime this year or into 2020. Bye for now.